Day 27 of the government shutdown, the usual stuff. Both sides blaming each other, and the reality is it's not getting any closer to being finished. It's not. How long will it go? I think is the question I get asked the most. I thought it would be much shorter than this, but here's the issue, and this will be the issue going forward. It's not about the people. It's not about the issues that people may have. It's not about any of that stuff. It's about the politics, the power, and the parties, the three Ps. And the politics right now says nobody's really getting the blame. Yes, it may be, tilted to one side or the other, but it's not enough that makes the other side come in and go, oh my God, we got to fix this. And until that happens, I think you're going to see nothing really outside of pointing fingers and them lying about they want $700 billion for illegal aliens, or they want a gazillion dollars for this. The left is going to come say, no, we don't want this. And the right will say, you want that. And then the right will say, you don't want this. And the left will say, I want that. I couldn't tell you at this point what they're arguing over. Here's the thing, though. If I'm the left, they're stuck between a rock and a hard place. And the big thing is, and this is important, you should let them flail, you would say. Okay, so let them flail. Well, how do you mean flail? Let them flail in the sense that once the subsidies go away, the prices are going to go up. I just filled out all my paperwork for my new insurance. I will tell you this right now. It is effing through the roof, even more so, and I'm with a company. It's incredible, and they do a great job, and they're amazing, but it is nuts. If you're going to see 22 million Americans see their healthcare go through the roof, and you say, we told you this would happen, the blame, and that's what this is. Who's going to pay the biggest price at the ballot box a year from now? That's all this is. So the left, in a weird way, is trying to save the issues the Republicans would have if the prices went through the roof. The reality is Obamacare sucks. It was never meant to be health care. It is flailing, and that's not bullshit. I mean, the Washington Post did a story going, yeah, it didn't work the way they thought it was going to work. So that's the big issue here, is Obamacare sucks. Neither side, though, has a fix. Neither side says this is what we really need to do. They just want to let it expire, let the subsidies expire, which is fine. But somebody's going to have to take the blame for it. And whether they want to say, well, this is what we always said would happen with Obamacare, that's great. But people are going to look for you now to fix this, and you offer nothing. Mike Johnson, the Republicans, didn't offer, and that was free market. Well, let the free market. That sounds great. That the free market, though, isn't free. It's crony capitalism, and it's not going to fix this problem anytime soon. And people care about their spend, and their spend is about to go up. And whoever gets saddled with the spend that is out of control is the one that will pay the biggest price at the ballot box. The other thing we're going to touch on quickly today is Venezuela. It's not if, but when. I saw an interesting segment last night on Venezuela on 60 Minutes. And it is not if, but when. I think everybody recognizes that. This is going to happen. How it happens, that's the big thing. God only knows how many people we really have over there, in and around there. I've heard everything from 4,500 actual on-the-ground could be going into Venezuela folks to 10,000 in total. Do I think 10,000 are going there? No. Do I think that there may be 1,000 there? I have no idea. But now you've put yourself in this position. First of all, you've told everybody this is all about, every time you blow up one of these boats, this is about saving 25,000 people. No, it's not. These boats are never getting here. And if they're getting here, it's going to take them weeks. They're going to have to refuel God knows how many times. So they're probably going to another island if they are dealing drugs. And we don't know because you blow them up. Then you blew some up and then 2 survived, but you decided we're going to give them back to Colombia, which is weird, but whatever. It isn't if, but when. And I want it to not be when. I want it to be, no, we're not going to. But now you've put yourself in a position where you have no choice. If Maduro isn't ousted, and it doesn't look like that's happening anytime soon, you're going to be in a position where if you don't back up your play, he's going to say, "We beat you." So look at that. So you have to. Now, is it going to be boots on the ground? I don't know. But do I think something's coming soon? I think absolutely it's coming soon. And Trump's already more than intimated. He said outright, we're going to kill them there. You know, the drug dealers and all this stuff. And there is no, I go back to this. This is so much about oil, so much about rare earth minerals. And yes, would it upset the apple cart when it comes to China? Yeah, because they get about 500,000 barrels a day. Is that what, if I'm correct? I think from China, some ridiculous amount of oil. It also crushes Cuba, which is already in a shitty spot because Venezuela essentially supports Cuba. So this is going to be a big deal when it happens. And I do think it's a win. I want to be wrong. I want it not to happen. But I think it will. Because I don't think you have a choice at this moment in time. You've made such a play. You're killing people in boats. You've deemed them all terrorists. And then you come out and say, every time that this happens, we save 25,000 lives. Again, there's no fentanyl, according to your DEA. And pretty much every other group out there who studies this, zero fentanyl comes from Colombia or Venezuela. But mostly from Venezuela, which is what we're doing. I mean, we did bomb some stuff from Colombia. This is cocaine. That cocaine for the most part, I think, is bound for Europe. I could be wrong. Even at this point in time, though, if it's really about what everybody tells me it's about, which is fentanyl, then yeah, you need to get on the narco terrorists. But they're not here. They're in Mexico. They're not in Venezuela. They're not in South America. Not saying there's not bad hombres there. There is. But if you're serious about this, then your shit needs to go and say, all right, Mexico's where it comes from. It comes from China. It's put together in Mexico. Then it comes here. And then we have to talk about the consumption side of things, which is massive because we consume the shit out of this stuff. And by we, I mean other people, because I'm a teetotaler. I'm pretty boring. I don't smoke. I don't drink. I don't do drugs. What do you do? None of those things. I like a hamburger and a donut. But the reality of we have a market that apparently wants it and consumes it. And on top of all of that, we're being told that every time we blow up one of these boats, we save 25,000 people, which is absolute bullshit. That's not true because there's no fentanyl. And on average, 5,000 people a year, probably give or take, die from cocaine overdoses. It may ruin your life. Don't get me wrong, but it's not what fentanyl is. So it's not if but when. We'll see. The win may be coming sooner rather than later, and God knows I would like it not to be at all. All right, follow along with me at Chad Benson Show. If you're watching this, like and subscribe. Appreciate it when you do that. We'll be at it again later on, hopefully maybe tonight, if not tomorrow for sure. Bunch of stuff going on out here as we get ready for the new launch, which is coming November 1st or the first week of November, a week from today, which is going to be the exhaustive majority. And what we're going to be doing here is talking about how exhausted we are from the BS that's going on in politics. Follow along, though, here. Like and subscribe. You guys have a great day. We'll do it again tomorrow. Later.